if the girl likes the guy more than the guy likes the girl, then you have potential.
If the guy likes the girl more than...
If the girl likes the guy more...
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Why? What is going on, guys? Tim Hofacker here. Welcome back to Real Talk. And today I have a guest that we go way back. We grew up together, childhood buddies, childhood friends. She's from my hometown.
Wait, are we saying that we knew each other?
No, I just say that to people, but
okay.
No, that's just...
So we're not, like...
No,
okay.
I met you a month ago.
I know, but you're saying, like, we go way back.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've known you a long time.
Yes,
because
I agree with that.
She's from my hometown. She's from Monroe Township, New Jersey. She's literally in the core. Like, most people just say New Jersey, but like, she is from the exact same town. She went to the high school that I was supposed to go to, so that is going to be quite a bit of a section today. And she is now currently a student at UCF, and she is one of my really good friends. So today we're going to be talking about relationships with people, guy advice, girl advice. We're going to be talking about, obviously, the difference between living in Florida and living in New Jersey. First, going to start out with, I'm going to give you the floor, formally, like, just growing up, because you finished, I moved out early. So what was it like living in Monroe, and kind of just how you're sitting on this couch today? So
yes. Moved to Monroe in 6th grade. Previously lived New Egypt. It's right by Jackson, like Six Flags.
I thought you
Chris
meant
said this exact same thing.
I thought you meant the deserts.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was only like a 30-minute move. Like, it was nothing big.
Yeah. Well, you went to Monroe High.
Yes,
right?
I went to Monroe Township High School. I played softball until sophomore year.
No lacrosse?
No, my brother played lacrosse.
That town was, if you didn't play lacrosse, you were a dweeb.
Yes.
Now, you grew up in Jersey your whole life, so now it's like, why come to Orlando?
Once I graduated high school, I went to college first at Stockton University, which is in Jersey, right by Atlantic City, and I hated it.
Was Stockton a community college?
No, I did Stockton, then transferred. That was just my fall semester of freshman year.
You downgraded.
Then I went, well, no, it was actually an upgrade because Stockton was worse. Then I went to community college. I have family that lives in Florida, and I was starting to think that I wanted to go out of state because I've obviously been in Jersey my whole life and just wanted to see new things. So I had a cousin that just recently graduated from UCF, but at the time was still a student. So me, my mom, and my sister flew out here, stayed in the Celeste, which is like right there. Yeah, I transferred, and I love it so much.
What are you studying?
I'm studying psychology. I changed my major very recently.
What was it?
It was originally a business major because I still don't really know exactly what I want to do. But I realized very quickly that was not my thing, and I am now a psychology major because that's stuff that I'm genuinely interested in. And
you're a junior or a sophomore?
Yes, I'm a junior.
You're a junior, okay. But you studied business in Jersey. Did you study business coming into UCF?
Yes.
And then you just switched?
This year I switched my major, but once I started to realize the major-specific classes for business, I was like, I won't be able to do that. Okay,
so with psych, I know you're saying you don't know what you want to do, but where's your head at? Like, what do you want to do with your major? It's gonna change, but what do you want to get out of it with all this studying?
I just love to know reasons as to why people are the way they are. So that is why I went into psychology, and if I could somehow, obviously therapy or psychologist, that kind of thing is the obvious route with that kind of thing, but I don't know if that's exactly what I want to do because I am a very emotional person, so I don't think I could be a therapist.
Have that be your work?
Yes, because I feel emotions for other people, so I don't think I could
You think you would get attached to?
I would get attached to everything, so I don't think I could do that specifically, but something I want to do something that to help people, but I don't know exactly yet. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't really have that much time, but
that's why I brought you on this podcast, because you've helped me through a lot, and
yes.
just the way it's just it's a whole psychology, it's a whole science. The things there's certain trigger words that you would say to me, and I'm it registered. I'm
Yeah.
like, that Maddie, this is exactly what I needed. And,
Yeah.
you know, you could be a little nervous going into because like you're looking out for yourself, if anything. So especially, I mean, I don't think it's one of the best paying jobs, but if you love
that's
it,
another reason I wouldn't like to do it because it's really not that great, and I'd like to actually have a life.
Let's talk Jersey. We're gonna keep this brief because a lot of people, a lot of my audience is males, and they are all very lost in life. So we're gonna help them out today.
Since I've been here, I've had a bunch of people like say like, "Are you from Jersey?" I can like hear it in your voice.
I hear it when you get loud.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I mean to throw shade. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's not okay.
Things I miss about Jersey: pizza, bagels. Too obvious. Everyone in Jersey just has family oriented. Everyone is very all about family, and I don't really see that much in Florida. Like, miss like the people I have in Jersey. I have everyone there.
There's the hometown bias.
Like having like sunshine all the time, all that. But also I miss seasons. Like I miss like fall is one of my favorite times of the year, and it just doesn't feel like fall here. Like winter, I hate winter, so I'd rather be in Florida for winter. But fall, like the 60s, like that kind of weather, 50, whatever.
You'll never get that for as long as you're in Florida.
It doesn't feel like the times of the year. Winter and snow, I don't like that, so I'd rather be in Florida for that.
You don't like the snow.
I hate everything about the snow. I don't like when it's super cold.
Would you say you like the people in Florida better or people in Jersey better? People up north are a little hard-nosed a little bit more, so it's kind of harder.
I feel like also, like, I get what you're saying with, like, the Jersey thing of, like, people up there are, like, very, like, hard-headed and stuff, and it's kind of hard to, like, start a conversation. But, like, when we found out we were both from Jersey, like, that's, like, a connection that, like, other people don't get, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like it's I think it just depends on the person. I don't think I could pick one over the other, but I do get what you're saying.
If you weren't from Jersey, I don't know if we'd be friends.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be as close.
Yeah, people in North, they're like, it's more, I think they just have heavier hearts.
Yeah.
Your morals are set in like a good way.
Yeah.
Like here in Florida, I think it's just like you go by the wind and
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just people, you just figure it out. But like Jersey, it's like, I think there's like better structure, I guess. You miss the diners?
I do miss diners.
Going down the shore, they don't have that. Like I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
like certain lingos that they don't have turnpikes.
Pork roll.
Yeah, not Taylor ham.
No.
No.
Guidos.
What is that?
In Jersey Shore, all the men, they call all the men, all like Paulie D, Vinny.
What's a Guido?
They're all Guidos. It's like an Italian buff man. Come on.
Not like a Jersey boy. Like you know how Jersey boys are like the black tank tops, the spiky hair.
Oh my God, you want to know a really funny story? So last year we were out at pub.
For anybody that knows, pub is it used to be bar, right here on UCF.
That kid is from Jersey, I promise you, because he had like, you could just tell. Like he had the black wife beater, chain, like his hair, like you could just tell the earrings.
Yeah.
And then I went up to him, I was like, quick question, are you from Jersey? And he was like, yeah, how'd you know? I was like, I just know, I can tell. Like, it's happened multiple times where I see someone, I'm like, oh, they're from Jersey.
When you first met me, did you think me and...
No, I did not expect that at all. Chris gives such Florida energy. Like, just like his, like, because he's the fishing and all that. Like, he just gives very much Florida energy. So, like, I would have never guessed in a million years. But if I was talking to you, it would have been different.
I think a lot of my friends still say, like, you still give off more Jersey than...
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, I get going back to like the hard-headedness and like the hard-nosed of like, I don't really, honestly, it takes a lot for me to talk to people. Like, I think also if you're from Jersey, you can like filter and you can see right through everybody.
Yeah.
So that's
I
why
agree
like
with that.
when I'm like, oh, you're from Jersey, like, okay, I'm full force, like you totally get me, you understand. Like, but it's like if you're from Florida or I guess even anywhere, like I kind of have to like figure it out. And like, I gotta filter you and be like, okay. But usually I could pick up on a person and like, you know, depict what they're about. Point Pleasant is the bomb. LBI, yep.
We go there every summer.
Really?
Yeah,
the Lighthouse.
For a week.
Yep. What was it like being a teenager in New Jersey, like growing up?
You said like Jersey was cliquey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very like cliquey. You were kind of like with your
posse.
Your group.
You didn't go to Woodland, and you didn't go to.
I would have been at
a Mill Lake.
I would have been at Brookside, I think.
Brookside.
Because my little
That's where my cousins went. What did you guys do to go out to fun? Like, Florida was different. Like, Florida, it's like you go to the beach, or like you go to, like, the part of Florida where I'm from, like, people go there to retire. So it's like 6 p.m., everybody's asleep. It's so weird. This is my last Jersey question. Sorry. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast, but.
Well, to say there was like a football game. Football games were a big thing, obviously, like in high school. Monroe didn't have many, like, we didn't have like a lot of high school parties. I mean, we had them, but they all got shut down by the police.
I still think I'm a Jersey guy.
Would you move back?
Yeah.
Really?
I really would, yeah.
I've never asked you that. Wow.
Jersey side, we've been talking for Jersey for 30 minutes, so all the men are now tuning in now. Now their ears are up, their bunny ears are up. For you, what is the first thing that you look for in a guy?
Hair.
What do you catch yourself?
Probably longer, but again, it depends. Like, some guys look awful with long hair. Personality-wise, like humor. I think it's so important to have like a sense of humor.
You need your man to be sarcastic?
Yes, but not to when it's like too much.
Yeah.
Someone that like is emotionally intelligent. Some feel like they have to bottle them up, whatever, so they don't like know how to deal with other people's emotions, and that like causes conflict. So big thing is a man that is emotionally intelligent. My family and friends to also like them.
It's a big test, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that it's kind of telling if like the people around you are like telling you like this person's not right for you.
Yeah.
Not always. I mean, sometimes they're wrong and they don't know everything, but I think if everyone around you is basically telling you this isn't the right person for you, then that's normally.
For the girl, that means a lot to you. Like, okay, like, I know I'm not in the wrong with this one.
Yeah.
And like, you know, in a way, it's like them, your friends, like giving the guy like their blessing.
Yeah.
Do you agree with if the girl asks the guy out, then you guys both like pay for yourselves respectively?
See, I've never done that. Like, I've never been. I mean, like, if you're like deep into a relationship.
No, I'm saying the first date.
First date, I don't know a singular girl that's asked a guy on a first date, so I genuinely don't know. But I guess if you're the one asking, then yeah. But I feel like that never really happens. I feel like it's always just the guy.
I mean, for guys, like for us, you know, if we really like somebody, like it all depends. Like you don't want to go overboard, and you don't want to be like full gas pedal, like because that sometimes can scare the girl.
Yeah, and I know you're saying like not go like full out, but like every girl has been taken out to dinner. Every girl's been taken to a movie, which is still fine. That still works, but like.
Well, movies aren't the best. I've had my fair share of first movie dates. And
yes.
Med advice, you need something that you guys can conversate and talk and
An experience that's like memorable is better because it's not just so like uniform, I guess. Like every guy can think of a restaurant to bring a girl to, but it's like I think a girl feels better about it when it's like something that like was put into, and like there was like the desire to want to do something and like have fun and like get to know each other. So like just like an experience.
From a girl, how much does that like mean to like you guys? Like if you see
that means so much. If like thought is put into something and you know like they like actually care, because again everyone can just go out to eat, like everyone's done that. Right. Which again, it's not a bad thing, but like if there's just thought put into something, even if it's like what you did about how you like what'd you make?
Homemade pizzas.
Homemade pizzas. Like you put thought behind that, and it wasn't just, oh, let's go out to dinner. But again, a first date, you don't really know them that well. So then again, a dinner is like the safe route because you don't know someone enough to know like, oh, would they like to do this? Because like things like I'm thinking of, I don't know, like you go to the beach like at night, sunset, that type of thing. But maybe that person isn't like an outdoorsy person, so you don't really know, I guess. But I don't know, just like an experience type thing.
With everything, I think I'm speaking from a men's standpoint, that it is a patience game. Like it's all about patience, because I don't know, I feel like people our age, and we are in the mecca of a college town. Everybody wants quick hitters, and it could get frustrating sometimes. So like how do you feel about how everybody our age is with you know, because obviously everybody's still, you're 20.
20.
We're all still trying to figure ourselves out.
Yeah.
But, you know, what coming with that figuring ourselves out, we have to go through reps, and we got to go through trials and tribulations. So,
yeah.
you know, for you, you know, how do you feel about, you know, the dating right now?
I think social media is like a big thing. Like,
for sure.
Like everyone's in these talking stages and stuff like that, and it's just never how it used to be. And like there used to be so much more, like not everything was over the phone and like Snapchat, and it all gets cheating is so much easier now. Like you could delete stuff and like never find out about it. I mean, just all that kind of stuff. I think dating in general is very hard anytime ever, but I think especially now. And even in college, regardless, because it's hard to find people that are serious about, like, someone and not just in, like, a stage in their life where they just want to, like, have fun and see a bunch of people and not catch feelings, so.
I'm asking a lot, like, yes, cut off everything that you had going on. Like,
yeah.
You know, because I'm a guy, like, I know what I want. I know my type, and I know, like, you know, I don't really give a lot of people my time, so it's like when I come through with that intention and like that expectation, I guess I'll say I don't really go out and I don't shoot my shot at all.
Yeah.
I value who I am, like I let them come to me.
Yeah.
Because like if the girl likes the guy more than the guy likes the girl, then you have potential.
If the guy likes the girl more than...
If the girl likes the guy more...
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Why?
I think for every relationship to work, the guy has to like the girl more than the girl likes the guy, because girls are more emotional and they catch feelings faster.
I mean, just as much as you guys have feelings, and I guess you guys catch on quicker, and you fall easier or whatever. Like us guys have it too. So I guess like for guys, I'm not speaking on all guys, but if the girl isn't showing any effort, then we don't instigate it even anymore.
Yeah.
But I think if a girl really likes somebody, she is more than capable of doing that. And like she's more than capable of like, hey babe, this one, I'll pay for this one. Or like,
oh, absolutely. I think
it's not even just, with paying stuff. It's, even deeper levels.
No, I 1,000% agree with that. I don't think that it should be more on a man or anything. I think everyone has like highs and lows, so I think when in a relationship, when someone's having like a low, that's when the other steps in more and vice versa. But I think overall it's a 50-50 effort, like I don't think one's above the other. Like I don't believe in that whole like who wears the pants in a relationship. I just think that's...
You both wear the pants.
Exactly. I just think that's dumb. I think that's when something like that happens, it's normally bound to end, because if you're the one wearing the pants, then the other one's gonna get you get sick of that eventually. Like you don't have like equal say and stuff. Relationships are all about like just the work you put in and like giving each other, like it's equal, like they're not thinking that you're above the other person.
It doesn't even go with just girls. It goes with like your friends that are girls, like
yeah, exactly.
Even
friendships too.
Yeah. Even with like your family too.
Mm-hmm.
It all files in line.
Yeah.
So that's a good point, like the pants in the relationship. And I think I've always been like I know my life is like very public and my life is very out there, and but I have always, like ever since I started this, I've always like, Tim, if you find a woman, like you are going to be, I don't think relationships are not group projects.
Yeah, no.
So it all goes to maturity, because if I'm, sad to say it, like you can't change a person, you can't change a woman, and you can't change a guy. So if your levels maturity like higher than them, or I'm levels maturity higher than a woman, then if you're not willing to, I can help you. We can coincide, and I can like give you advice and like, hey, this is, I don't appreciate when you do this, and I do like when you do this, but like, if they really like you, they'll have peace of mind. And I feel like nowadays, like it's hard to find that. It's even hard to like get through that first like couple stages of like just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, and I think I think like it's just, I don't know, it's like a self-respect, it's a moral thing, because like I don't know what I'm just trying to speak from the top of my head from
one of the things you said that I agree with, like you just can't change a person. Like if you go into like a relationship or anything, even a friendship, with the intention of like, I mean, you're not gonna agree with someone or like every single thing about a person. That's just not how that works. But if there's like big things that you just will never like be able to deal with or like get along with, agree with, whatever it is, you can't go into that thinking, oh, well, it'll change one day, I'll be able to change it. It never happens that way. That's my mom's number one like piece of advice about like relationships and just finding the person, whatever. If there's something that you're like, it'll change one day, it's never going to change. Someone will never change for you.
If a guy expresses to you like, hey, I really like you, and you know, I want us to continue to talk, continue to get to know each other, this and that, but can you notice and can you see a guy like when they're not, I guess, like falling for you, but like, you know, you can tell like when.
All girls thing, but I have like a crazy intuition, and I'm really good at like reading people, like body language, word wise, everything. Yeah, I like know if like I'm the only person there. Like if I choose to ignore it, that's a different story, but like I know I always have.
Obviously, like I'm not talking to anybody, this and that, but like, you know, you're my only option.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that?
Like if I would know that, or just I would 1000% know that. I mean, obviously every girl has their doubts, and that's just how it is because of like the past. Every girl has like, or most girls have like a past that like that causes them to like keep stuff in the back of their mind. But I am very good at like knowing, I guess, if like genuineness and just realness. Like anytime I've been talking to someone, date, whatever, I've always known in the back of my head, and this is with a lot of girls, like there's definitely another person. And very oftentimes girls are going to ignore that because you don't want to believe it, and you just want to ignore it and act like it's not happening because you want to be the only person. But I mean, eventually, once the more you ignore it, you kind of just get so sick of it, and it just gets like fizzles out. And yeah, it sucks and it hurts, but you kind of just realize like, what am I even doing anymore? Yeah. So yeah, no, I have just a very good intuition. So I know when I know, I know. You
know, there comes a night in every relationship that, you know, the past gets brought up with everything. So do you girls, like when, let's say like when the guy talks about the past, like, and let's say it's like, it's pretty rough, or, you know, because I know for us guys, I'm not speaking on everybody, but you know, if a girl has a shaky past or a rough past, like obviously I'll tell her like, hey, I was like, obviously I take the past into account, but I'm here with you right now, so I take you for you right now. Like you were saying, the past does involve with, you know, who they are and how they roll. Like, are they a girl that likes the chasing type? Are they a girl that like, so how do you as like, if you hear information about a guy about their past, like how do you hold a grudge, or do you like, how do you take that info?
It's also about delivery of how they're saying it. Like if he's talking about, oh, I was with this girl and this girl and this girl, and like you don't want to hear, you want to know it, but you don't want to hear it. Yeah. But I think it's important to like know someone's past and the things that like the people they've been with, things they've been through, just so you know someone, especially if you're in a relationship, because those are the things you have to know to be able to be that close to someone. Right. But I think it's situational of like how I would take it. I think there like is a fine line of like, okay, say someone got cheated on. Yes, that's obviously something you keep with you all the time, but if you're constantly doubting and never giving someone a chance that like you're in a new relationship with, that's not really fair to them because they're trying. For both parties, like it's very, you know, it's very scary to like
be investing time and like trying to get to know somebody. It's a lot of effort, and so I think and that goes back to like maturity. If a girl is, I don't know, like I think that's how you grow, and like if you give a chance to this, like, but some girls, like you were saying to me, like talk about how like some girls, like once they're set, it could be anybody. It goes in one ear and out the other. If they have their intentions set, like you're saying, you can't change somebody.
Yeah. I mean, everyone knows like all girls are very like defensive of like feelings, and like a lot of girls fall very fast and develop feelings very fast, and it's a scary thing because when you're giving something to someone and you've been hurt in the past, you don't want to feel that again. Yeah. And I think the more you put up like go on defense, put up your guard, like there's pros and cons to that. A pro is you're not going to get hurt, but a con, you're not going to let yourself be happy. Yeah. And I think I think it's almost just a defense mechanism. Like you hear a girl has a past, but she's just not giving someone the chance because they don't want to get hurt. And I think a lot of times it's a girl trying to see how hard a guy's going to work for it, which isn't fair, not necessarily, but I mean, you want to know how serious it is, because if a guy's not willing to work for it, then what's the point in even trying? Right. Which that goes to a certain extent. I mean, you can only use that for so long. Does
there come a point where, if the guy's really, really trying to pursue this, and then like, could you girls like catch yourself like taking advantage of it?
There's definitely, that goes for guys and girls. I mean,
as us humans, even if it's not even as just like dating relationships, like we're very attention savvy, and we just want to be loved. We just want to be accepted. And so when we find somebody like that, and I just so happen to be sexually attracted to them as well, like, it's a very tricky, dangerous line. If you don't catch a girl like that's really interested in you and you don't cuff her, like, if you, depending on the timing of it, that's the fine line between like her dating you and her just going crazy and just seeing all these guys. So you have to like save them from the streets in a way, because there's some guys in this world that are just menaces to society, and just like they are on some black pill. They go and do these things with the girls, and their intention is just to ruin their life. But then there's also, guys that are on a purple pill, and they're like in between, like, oh, I'm dating, I'm committed to you, but I also want to do my own thing. Yeah. And I think anybody that's watching, red pill is like you put on your purple suit and you're just seeing everybody and anybody, and you're most likely single. Blue is settling down for a relationship, you date to marry. Oh, this is a good question. Do you, I don't know, I think it's so obsolete now, today's culture, but do you date to marry, or like do you see? Me too.
1000% yes. I think there's absolutely, you could have asked me that question in high school and I still would have said yes. Yeah. Like what's the point? Yeah, you're young, but especially now, we're at the age where this is when you kind of start, me and Cass were talking about this the other day, where this is like the age where once you kind of find someone, there is a good chance that I mean, people are getting married at 25, 26 now. So this is kind of the age where this is who, I don't understand not dating to marry. Like, yeah, you have the argument of like, you're young, what's the point? But then what's the point of being in the relationship? That's like my rebuttal.
That's just something I would never understand.
I've never understood it either. Absolutely.
Like how you want to put all this time and money and all
exactly into something that you see ending.
Like knowing their intention, like
like what's
and they
the
don't
point
communicate
in dating?
That with.
Yeah, like what's the point in continuing a relationship if you know it's gonna end?
Yeah, and that just goes to like leading people on.
Yeah.
And it's such a. I'm okay.
I think you said this before. Patience is a big one. I think
playing the long ball, fellas. Yeah. And if the girl is not willing to do that, then
analyze the person you're being patient for. Are they worth it? But I definitely think patience is a big one. A lot of girls have, again, a guard up in defense mode. So I think it's important to be patient with someone and understanding. And then another thing, which we talked about before, is just being mindful of like emotions. Like something, I think a big thing that like I just believe in is like, if something makes someone upset and it wouldn't make you upset, that's not a reason to be like, that's stupid or anything. Like, someone is valid in their feelings, and if something makes someone upset, don't belittle that. And I feel like men have like a tendency to do that, because something that makes a girl upset, and it could go vice versa, but like wouldn't make them upset, and then it's, you kind of
this is a little more heavier for them.
Yeah, so I think that's a big thing, is like just like being understanding of like feelings, and just being understanding of everything. I think
if you really like if the guy really likes the girl, they would 100% take that into account. Because like men, we're known to be strong, like don't cope with our feelings, don't understand it, on to the next one. Like, but you know, if you were at a point with somebody, like it takes a lot for, you know, I mean, I think the biggest thing for guys is, if don't give yourself like pity, just say like, okay, well, what did I learn from this? Like learning and just understanding, like, okay, well, let's say she screwed me over. Okay, well, what was, you know, kind of the reasons why she did? Was there something in, like, you gotta just think for yourself, like, you know, what can I do better? And what was something I was lacking that she just obviously showed me without telling me? So
many relationships end because there just wasn't communication, something that like seems so obvious, but I think a lot of people just don't understand it. I just think being able to communicate how you're feeling and just your wants, needs, values, it's so important. And a lot of people just don't do that, because I guess maybe they're scared, don't want to, whatever it is. But, you know, I think that's like necessary in a relationship.
Going back to the whole past of people, and like, the end of the day, like, you know, obviously we're friends, but I don't really know you. And that's just with anybody. Like, unless it's your family, like, that's just not even. It's with anybody. Like, you never really know somebody. And so for you to like make these judgments, like, I feel like for guys, it's like we're not really sometimes like all the way 100% open, because by us telling like how we really feel, like we're taking a risk. And it's not a risk of like just them knowing, it's a risk of us guys getting hurt later on.
You're
like,
vulnerable about it, and then
exactly.
you get hurt.
And a lot of guys are just not willing to like sacrifice their vulnerability. Like, men are like territorial about like, you know, that stuff.
I think that's another thing that goes into what we were talking about before, but like when you open up to someone and tell someone things you've never told someone else, or just things that like you normally wouldn't just tell anyone, and they kind of just either not necessarily like use that against you, but just completely like screw you over. It's like, well, damn, I just wasted my time, and like, what was the point? And I think then that's where it causes trust issues, and like that's just stuff that like changes someone. Like, you live and you learn, but it's like things like that like you never want to open up to someone like that again.
See, I don't think I'm going to like disregard and like put like people like to that expectation. I'm not. Everybody's different, and I just know I know that there's gonna be better coming. Like, I know there's gonna be a day where, like, I know there's a girl that's gonna be equally as invested, and it's just gonna be easy, because the minute, like, you know, you start having problems, then stuff gets shaky. And okay, I'm gonna get back to your question, but this just popped up. Do you believe in second chances? Let's talk just relationships, friends, and obviously forgiveness. That's a little different.
Cheating, absolutely not. But if it's something where like genuine mistake and like someone can learn from something, then yes, I believe in second chances.
Cheating, zero tolerance. If they understand, if they come to me and they're like, I made a mistake, I hope you can still accept me. It all depends on the situation, but what's the difference between now versus like then? And, you know, with that, I'm gonna say, okay, well, you know, obviously if I took a toll, like, yeah, I'm hurt by it, but, you know, that's just, I'm gonna tell her, like, you really have to show me now. Like, you really have to not play like get back. Like, obviously I'm not gonna change, I'm gonna still do me, Like I'm still like keep the same, like we could keep this ball rolling, but like, you know, you got to show some effort because, you know, we took a little hit back from it because, you know, this was you, not me. Like I stayed the same. So, you know, that's not me. That's not my stress to be worrying about why you're acting this way or why you went and did whatever.
Something to whereas like you'll never feel something like that again. Like I don't believe in that, but I definitely do think that like once you've been in love like for your first time, that's like an unforgettable experience.
They all say like I wish I could shake like the girl that broke my heart for the first time. Like I wish I could shake because it put them in check, and now a lot of the like habits that they have is directly sourced from her. So, you know, in a way, I'm not saying for men to go and always have heartbreaks, but you know, it does.
I think we talked about this.
I think it's very necessary.
Yeah, for everyone has to experience.
Because like what you're saying, this is like when you have a daughter and she's going through it, like if you're not experienced and you don't have that under your belt, like you can't provide to your daughter and say like, hey, it's gonna be okay, like I promise you, like and so something like that, like you're gonna tell your kids. Do you, for girls, if a guy's inexperienced,
oh, you're a virgin, okay, you know, like I don't think it's like, oh, I love that. I really don't care about like body count, really. It's not something that like bothers me. Like everyone has.
You don't take into account body count? What if a guy comes to you and says, I got double digits?
If he's out of that phase in his life.
How do you know that? He could just be saying that to you just to...
If a man's like genuinely out of like that and he's ready to like settle down, whatever it is, then yeah, that doesn't like think that that's like a deal breaker at all.
If you know they're not experienced, like, do you disregard them? Like, nope, I don't want to put in the effort. I don't want to have to teach you. I don't want to have to go slow with you. I don't want to have to...
I would want that same respect, so I would never do that to someone.
You briefly took the floor, but I always like to give this space right now before we end it. You're the podcast host. Is there any questions that you want to ask me? Is there anything that you want to talk to me about? The floor is yours. Otherwise, then I'm going to say like my last questions for you.
All right. I'll say, where do you see this whole YouTube influencer? Like, where would you like to be in like a year and 5 years?
In a year, man, I don't know. I've been doing this for a while, and I guess the main thing is this platform is all community. So the only reason why I do it is to resonate and like to know that there's real people like you like on the other side. And like sometimes when they get a notification of, oh, Tim Hofacker uploaded, like that makes their day. Like if I just have like, as long as I have one of those people every single day, it is 1,000% worth it. And I've just had so many different cases of like so many different people, guys, girls, doesn't matter. Like, you know, a lot of it is through like Instagram DM just telling me like and expressing like how much I mean to them. And like, you know, it doesn't matter like how I'm feeling, like day in, day out, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. As long as I'm able to like impact and build a community. I would love in a year from now to have like a community and really have like a tight knit, like they really fuck with me because it's me and like how I roll. So I know the peoples are out there and like I still have a lot of work to do. But I know I'll get to that point without a doubt. And then in 5 years, I don't know. I really do see myself being like with my story and with everything I've been through in life, like I see myself being like not a figure, but like I guess you could call me an influencer, but I would love to just speak the way I can just speak about anything and like hit home and resonate with people just through video, being a motivational speaker. Give me like 2 or 3 years, like I'm gonna be on a TED Talk, like easily. Like that is one of my goals, and I know I'm gonna get it, but I just don't know when. I just want my videos to be like, I wish I had, like I think of it as like a bigger brother type thing. The numbers will never matter to me. It's about like, I need to see community. I need to see like in today's day and age, like there's so many people that are hurt and there's so many people that are just struggling, but just with social media and comparing, and just I want my videos to be like an outlet of like, hey, it's okay. So so just giving back. Yeah, that's my humble answer. I would love to have 1 million subscribers. I would love to have $100,000. I would love to go to Miami and go to clubs and like obviously, but it's
not what it's about.
That stuff is so little and so obsolete. And I don't know. I've always been like, this life is so temporary. Like if I were to die tomorrow, if I were to die tonight, like I want to make sure that like whatever I have is all cataloged and like that's
a good way to look at it.
That's the only reason why I do it. So it's the impact of people. So anything else? Anything about guys, girls? Okay. So Maddie, thank you so much for taking the time. If you guys took value out of this, hold on. Well, first off, if you guys are watching to this point, if you took any value from what me and Maddie were saying, please be sure to leave a comment. It takes 5 seconds. It's no different than you swiping on TikTok. So it helps the algorithm. It helps us out a lot. Maddie does appreciate it. All the Jersey people that are coming from when Maddie shares it. I hope to meet you guys soon. We're going to make a Point Pleasant trip soon. So we appreciate you, and anybody that's watching, whether you're from wherever, we appreciate you. And thank you guys for watching to this point. This is Real Talk with Maddie Stout. Again, thank you for your words and everything today.
Thanks for having me, Tim. That was fun.
Yeah. So
do it again.
Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.